Hello, and today I'm going to talk about fraud concerns. This was brought about on a Facebook group that I belong to, and it was a question on how do you handle fraud. So I wanted to talk about it. For those of you who watched our videos before, this is a brief background about myself. I'm a licensed CPA in the state of Illinois. I've been licensed for over 25 years. I have a Bachelor of Science in Accountancy. I also ran an e-commerce website for just about 20 years. Over $15 million in transactions. So I learned quite a bit about fraud and what people try to pull over on website owners. I've spoken at some of the top e-commerce website conferences, including eTail, Internet Retailer, and Shop.org. So what we're going to talk about today is fraud concerns, and about was where did the order come from? So say for example it comes from one state and is shipping to another state. That would be a fraud concern, at least one fraud triggers. If it also came from out of the country, so say for example we all know there's certain countries that have fraud in them, I'm not going to name them, but you can block those for a website and they won't even try processing those. So know that there are opportunities for you to block countries. Just a word of caution, don't block all international orders because we actually shipped quite a bit to military APOs. And the military did appreciate it because not everyone actually does ship to military APOs. Don't forget about your military. What we also did was set a threshold. So say for example your average order is $50. Our average order was not $50, but in this example, we're going to say our average order is $50. Get comfortable with whatever number you feel comfortable with shipping, that if it becomes a fraudulent order that you're not going to be upset. So we set a threshold, and let's just make it extreme. So say your order is $50. If an order comes in for $150, you know that that is an outlier, and it should be reviewed, especially if it triggers some of these other fraud concerns. So for example, if a $50 order came in, we would ship it. If a $150 order came in, we would review it and against some of these fraud concerns and some of these triggers. The other thing we looked for is, did the customer call? So typically these thieves want you to process your order as fast as they can, as fast as you can. And they want to see shipping information. They want to see tracking. They want to know when it went out, when it's going to be received. Because sometimes they'll ship these to vacant houses and they need to have people there to take the packages off the porches. So did the customer call? That was another flag for us. Was the order expedited? So say for example most of your orders were shipped ground, and for us most of our orders were in fact shipped ground. We were in the center of the country, so most places within 2 to 3 business days with our standard ground shipping. If all of a sudden the order is an overnight shipping with a $150 charge, it's a $100 item or something crazy like a $50 item with $100 in charges or something like that, or if the customer calls and says about the shipping costs, that's a red flag. Definitely if the order is expedited points, I would definitely hold or at least review the order. Another topic to look for, or another thing to look for, is what sort of items were ordered. So in our particular store, we sold a very niche product, and we also sold products that appealed to the masses. So say for example, you're a niche store, and all of a sudden a bunch of items for say out gear or shorts and t-shirts or something that's universal that could easily be sold if the items. Sometimes we would get orders where there would be 10 pairs of shorts and five sets. That would be a red flag if it triggered some of these other triggers. And then finally, does the billing address match? So at least you can have some comfort if the knows that knows the billing address. So possibly they're not going to know it. Now granted, if they stole the wallet, address, and it's not that difficult to find someone's address by doing some basic searches online. The billing address matches. It gave me a little bit more comfort that the was legit. It didn't have the billing address matching, and it was shipping to another state, and it was items with shorts or universal appeal, and it was overnight expedited, and the customer called, and it was for a very large order. You can kind of see where some of these orders triggered all the fraud concerns. And for an order like that, then you just flag it, and I would just cancel it. Okay, so that's all I wanted to talk about today. I appreciate you watching this quick video on fraud concerns. Appreciate what you do in business, my family. Like the videos we are doing, leave a comment below, like the video, and be sure to subscribe to our channel. Thank you again, and best profitable business. Take care.